computer. I started recording. I recorded last time, so I just never uploaded it.
Oh, that's okay.
No, I didn't. I recorded one. I don't know. For future moving forward, there is no requirement. This is not on my to-do list. This is how this conversation, this call is going to go. This is on, we're doing October 22nd. But for future kind of housekeeping, don't feel obligated to go to all the things, to do all the things, to participate in all the things, be on all the calls, especially if it's like if your day's just going to crap and you have an hour where you can jump on a call or work your business. I mean, for the most part. So I had a conversation with one of you guys about, jumping on the other call on Wednesdays. If it's not serving you, then I'm not going to make you guys and like call you out or whatever.
Sounds good.
You can always check it out on YouTube, especially if you're like, if like you hear from us, or if I am like, oh my God, that was a great call, I'll tell you guys and be like, hey, check it out. It's on YouTube. It was, useful to watch. So don't feel like you have to do all the things, especially with how much training is in videos or in Beachbody Champions page. It can get overwhelming, and we don't need to add to that. So yeah. That is not on my to-do list, but there you go. Kayla, do you want to start? I know you want to talk about the challenge group, but that's number 2 on my list, and I thought that might be a good place to.
Oh, sure. Nothing really special. Just wanted to say, like, it started, and I know that Felicia's already running the Lift 4 one pretty heavily, and we're all in that too. And I have most of the challengers in that one. So the one that just started, so I have no problem like mostly running it. I just wanted to make sure you guys were good, and any input or feedback how you want to see it happen throughout the month, and like just keep adding people to it, whatever.
Yeah, I think for that. So we can start with this one and then moving forward. Well, I was talking to one of my current challengers, and she's kind of like not getting enough out of the app. And so I was like, okay, I really want these Facebook ones where they're the brand new bod people. I really want to handhold them almost. So I really feel like for us, it's like we really be super engaged in terms of like, I'll just mute you and then you don't have to walk away, Felicia. Really engaged in like almost overly checking in with them. How's your recipe? How's your water? How'd your workout go? Like really wanting them to participate as much as possible, because that's how we're going to get them to go from 30 days to longer, is by getting them the results in the first 30 days. So really almost harping on them more so. So really like tagging them and really trying to get as much engagement as possible. That's kind of what I was thinking. So I was like, definitely like we should be doing water checks throughout the day, like motivational posts, like really we should be thinking about how we can get them to engage in the group. So like talk about what the hardest part of their workout was, or talk about what the hardest part of their nutrition, just in terms of like making a post and then asking a question in terms of engagement. And I'll try to do my best. Like if you're going to be doing a post, I'll try to really like respond to whatever question you're asking. That way people can see that's the expectation we're setting, is that we want them to respond.
Okay. That sounds good. Yeah, I'm totally into it, because I agree that like a lot of my challengers they definitely need that. Like I've sent them information and I feel like it needs to be reinforced, and they want help throughout.
Yeah, so I was going to go live, but then I had beers tonight, and so I was like, best not to go live with beers in the system. But just talking about reiterating my experience, because just essentially with nutrition, like if you really want to see results, then 80% of your focus needs to be on nutrition, or else, you can't outwork a bad diet. And so talking about that. But maybe we'll see how tomorrow's workout goes, and I can always do that in the morning after my workout. And I mean, I don't care if anyone actually jumps on live with me, they can always catch it later.
Yeah, exactly. I know I think pretty much all of my challengers, and I'm kind of waiting for a couple more to actually accept the invite and go in the group.
Uh-huh.
They like one of their main focuses was like they want nutrition. Like
Okay.
so
I have recipes, so I can try to do like an every other day recipe kind of thing. Also, I have to find because that one girl's doing the containers. I have made resources for the 21 day fix. I just have to find where they are.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be great
so
because like 3 of my challenges are doing 21 day fix.
Yeah, so I'll have to look. I think I downloaded them at some point in time, so they might be on this computer. I muted you, Felicia, or do you unmute yourself?
I unmuted myself. Yeah, I appreciate
okay, I was like, I didn't want you to start talking and then.
No. Yeah.
I downloaded the PDFs from the program on BOD and emailed them to those girls in an email.
Mm-hmm.
So they have that stuff, but I don't. And some of them, one of the girls ordered the DVDs. So like she just signed up, so she doesn't have her workouts yet. And I told her she can use BOD for 30 days free, and like explained it to her, but I don't know that she's actually going to do that.
That's okay. Well, I mean, I have one
later.
She's supposed to be enrolling tonight. So, I mean, I'm going to be adding them.
Okay, cool.
Time too. So, and if I get another one to sign up, then she'll be added later. So I'm okay with that.
How many posts do you think a day? Because like I don't want to overwhelm people, but I know people are on their phone and want the support. Like
2 to 3.
Okay, that's what I was thinking too.
The other thing I was thinking, I heard someone say, and I thought this was a good idea. And maybe not, definitely not this week, but maybe towards the end of it, is they kind of ask people to participate in a fun challenge, and they assign everyone a Shakeology ingredient, and they learn how that ingredient helps them.
Yeah, I heard that on the Champions page. One of the girls,
we heard it?
She does like a Shakeology shakedown.
Yeah, I think we should try that. Just so people learn about it. It's just, half the stuff I don't even know. And we could raffle something off.
I think that would be awesome. Actually, I was thinking ahead, so I just bought extra cups from Ashley. And I bought as like a prize to give away.
Yes, I have a cup too. Well, I have a prize that I won from her, and now she won't send me any more prizes, even though I earned them because I told her that I was giving them away. And she didn't like that, so.
Well, whatever. I'm not gonna. I paid for it.
I know I paid for it. I think it's one thing if you pay for it, but she doesn't want to send me gifts if I'm not gonna keep.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't remember which one I bought extra of. Anyways, but yeah. So if we can give some swag, I think that would be fun.
Yeah, we can do that, but definitely not like the first week. Maybe like week 3.
Yeah.
Well,
we do like week 3 and then week 4 focus on Thanksgiving. I don't know, just a thought. If we're in the right number of weeks. What were you gonna say, Felicia?
I was going to say if we ever want to, I get a discount as a High Life instructor on apparel.
Ooh, I'm excited for you too. I saw that.
So I don't know how that works, but I was looking into it. And so like if stuff's on sale for $14, we could get it for even a little bit cheaper if it's like a reward for a challenge group we're doing together.
Perfect.
I'm totally fine with taking on that. Or
the other thing I kind of want to do, and I've been wanting to do this, but I just don't know how to do this with the group that I have currently in the app. I want to do live workouts with people on Zoom.
Yeah,
so I want to do like, does anyone want to work out at Saturday at some time? Or does anyone want to work out Friday at some time? Or does anyone want to get up start a workout at 6 o'clock or start a workout at 5:30 and just do that? So,
yeah,
maybe I'll post that. I don't know, at some point in time and just be like, what time of day do you work out and see if it works for anyone's schedule.
I think that would be awesome.
Okay. Or even like once a month on a weekend if we try to coordinate, because I work out at 6 a.m. So if you guys did a 9 a.m. workout, because it's a weekend, we could probably.
Well, and I even thought, like, I would be willing to, like, to do one work in the evening, like, or what, I don't know, 9 o'clock or whatever for me, so it would be 6 for you, like in the evening time too. So, okay. So
I forget. I had another thing. I don't want to call on it though, so keep going.
Okay. So we did the sneak peek. And sometimes we're just not going to get a good engagement, which is kind of what happens. And I kind of get that. And I was like, I'm like, I feel like this is just us practicing and getting into a rhythm of like, what do we want to share? Like really like honing in our skills, you know what I mean? So that we're when it's the right time for us to be sharing this, we're sharing the right content, but it's also with the right people. Part of it is probably in those group, like you guys are probably adding new people and they're the right people, but like all the people I previously added probably aren't necessarily the right people. And I probably should just get rid of them. But I don't know. It seems better for me to have people in there, but whatever. But are there things that we, after going through it once, should we try, tweak, think? Because I think that's the problem is I don't want to keep, what are you doing? I'll show you guys. Sadie walked up the stairs with this in her mouth. Look, Felicia.
Did you see my dog post this? Her bed.
But I'm like, I don't know why you bought this for. I'm like, Sadie's going to de-stuff this in like
a minute.
Surprise will last this long. It's okay, Sadie. But I think, I don't want to keep doing the same sneak peek over and over again and not have, thinking about things we should change or tweak or present differently or, do it all in one day. Like, I'm really struggling with doing it all in one day versus doing it over more days, because I'm like, if it's a bad day for someone or they miss one post, then they feel like, it's overwhelming, and then they can't go back at all. It's just too overwhelming for people. And that's what I'm worried about. But then I'm like, if my 1 hour thing doesn't fit in their schedule, then do they have time to sit and listen for one whole hour or 45 minutes or whatever? I don't know.
I think we should probably rotate how we do them.
Right. So that's why we were going to do 2 sneak peeks this month. One was going to be in 1 hour and one was going to be kind of the longer one. And that's kind of why we were going to try to test it out. But I mean, I don't know.
So at our Super Saturday, the chick that talks said she still does 3 days and she calls it a glimpse group. And so it's kind of like a glimpse into coaching. And she makes it more of my day in the life of coaching. Ours is more just like the 3 points of like, here's what we do, but maybe we could like make it more exciting. Like a day in the life of could be part of it.
Yeah, I kind of dabbled in that in terms of like, I have like in posts where I'm like, okay, reach out to someone and just start a conversation with them. Hey, how's it going? How is your mom? And just having them start a conversation with someone, and then they have to comment with that person's name. I like the idea of doing that in terms of like doing a workout together. Again, the same thing, like the community of the working out together. Like it would be something that's fun, or I don't know.
Yeah.
I like that. We just have to kind of think about and plan how that would go down necessarily if we switch it up that way.
I remember what I was going to say before, and this is relevant. So I was just in one of those lip sense parties on Facebook. Do you know what that is?
Yeah.
So it was a 3-day thing. It was Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I was really engaged the first day, and then Saturday was like, I'm busy with my family, and like Sunday was the last day, and they're like, you have to place your orders by 9 o'clock, and they kept saying like the first day they were like, you will win prizes and be entered into drawing to win stuff at the end based on how engaged you are, and engaging means you have to comment. It can't just be like a like, you have to comment on stuff, and then you will be entered again if you like buy something. So like, we could do something like that. It's not necessarily like people wouldn't buy anything, but like we would try to have people be engaged based on like, we would just tell them you have to be engaged.
I mean, I've done that before. I've actually done prizes for people purchase. Every person who purchases goes in for a prize for it, blah, blah, blah. Okay. I don't mind doing the engagement thing. I just suck at follow through in terms of being like, okay, like going back and counting. I mean, now we know how many like posts there are, so it's not like it's like crazy, like a challenge. Because I'm really terrible at that. Because I'm not going back and counting every comment on every post.
Like, who knows if you do, right? So she showed us like this wheel that she had. It was like it's on a website,
right.
Entered people's names and then it like picked.
Right. it's definitely worth it. I think giving it a shot. I mean, it's not going to make it worse, right? You know what I mean? Like, it's not going to, I mean, it can only help at this point in time.
Is it like bad to ask what other teams do that have really high coach recruitment? Do people actually respond? Because like the chick that presented last week at the call, Ashley Feldeston or whatever, National Wake Up Call.
Oh,
I follow like one of our girls, Miss Stew's room, and like I watch their team calls on YouTube, and they have like a shit ton of people, and they do like tonight they're doing a glimpse group or something, and they have so much. It seems like they have so much engagement. Maybe they're just like, maybe it's all show.
No, but I mean, she might have a team of 10,000.
She's a huge ass team, yeah, because she's really successful.
So she might have a team of 10,000. So she might have 1,000 people in that glimpse group, and so she might have 100 people. Like, I don't think her. I think two things. Probably her numbers are going to be higher because she's probably incredibly successful. But then also, if you ignored that and you put like 2 people next to each other, like if we had, the same number of people, probably the engagement percentage is going to be similar, just because it's a numbers game again.
Yeah, that's true. I just don't really know what other people are doing. That's not that we need to look outside of ourselves, but
it varies. Like different things work with different people. Pretty much the standard is like doing a 1-hour version of like a Zoom call like this, and then doing a 1-day template kind of like this, or doing a 3 or 5 day template, 3 or 5 day. Usually those are kind of the standard like groups that run. People do, I see them, coaches go on Instagram and do like work with me Wednesday, and then they just spend all day Wednesdays talking about coaching. Which I kind of thought about doing, but it's like I work, so it's hard to.
I kind of like when we can interact and engage. I feel like the Facebook group feels really passive. Like if someone's really already, like when I joined the group, I already kind of knew I was wanting to be a coach. So like I got just even more convinced, and I was really engaged in the group. But it's also really easy to like add someone who's like, yeah, I'm interested, and then they don't engage at all. But if you like schedule like, oh, we're gonna talk all on Zoom, maybe like seeing the people and like hearing their voice and like live talking like this.
See, this is where I like how I'm finding.
It like humanizes it a little bit more, I feel like.
I'm completely open to giving any of these things a try. It's just in terms of, picking one, deciding how we're going to do it, and when are we going to give it a shot. Like, I don't mind jumping on a Zoom call. I haven't done one of those. Like, I did like a webinar where I spoke directly to, but it wasn't like all of us. But I have no problem trying it. I mean, I don't know. It's just finding the right time that works, that we think everyone's going to be able to get on. Right? I mean, that's the problem, is like you really want to be on live, but then you're doing the same thing where, they're not on and they watch a video, but they don't really watch a video. I mean, I think you're always going to get that. Maybe we need to do a better job of qualifying the people that come into the group. I mean, that's the other thing.
I agree. I didn't really have anyone. I had like one person.
Well, man, some of my people, I'm kind of like, yeah, no, you're probably not interested. You're just in a group and you don't know how to lead the group. But in terms of adding people, it's like if they say yes, you should be like, okay, what do you want to most get out of this group? Like what makes you interested? Just you behind. Maybe you need to be more of that behind the scenes. I'm not really sure. But this is where I think we as a group team just figure out. We almost have to just keep trying different things till we figure out what works for us. Because we can do what that Coach Ashley does, and maybe it won't work. Like we could take her same post, her same information, structure it, and it might not work. So in terms of just figuring out how we can tweak this or change this or try something new, I'm completely okay with. I mean, November might be a fun month to do that with I mean, it's kind of a crazy month, but in terms of like, there might be a fun time to kind of work that in. So kind of looking at the month, I kind of alluded to this. Like September is not the greatest month, but also November, December are also not the greatest months in terms of Beachbody, because everyone has the excuse of, I'm going to wait till January. So really focusing on combating why that we shouldn't push it off until January, why we should start now, how much change can they have? You know, it's not just about like getting to a goal in so many pounds, but like build healthy habits that sustain your whole life. You know, don't gain 5 pounds over Thanksgiving. Don't, you know, this Christmas party, whatever. So I think go in with a mindset that we probably have to focus more on objections in terms of people are not going to want to get started, right? But now is the time to make sure that if you do get those objections that they don't want to start now and they want to wait until after the holidays, then you need a December 27th list. And these people, every single one of them needs to go on your list, because odds are you probably, although if you rock Success Club before Christmas in December, you're freaking amazing, but the odds are you're probably not going to lock it in before Christmas because people are going to be putting it off. So you make your list. These people saying no now, or they're putting it off in November, December. Okay, then can I follow up with you December 27th, and we're getting started January 1st, and make your list. And those are your follow up, and you're going to be, hey, you put it off now, here's the time, you know, when it comes. And I don't feel guilty. It's kind of hard because that's a time when you really want to relax. And I know I've kind of felt that way, but at the same time, you know, people are want to get started and want to hit the ground running, and you want to be there. You want them to be in your group committing to 2019. So be open to that. I don't know necessarily about challenge groups. I'm trying to look at the month really fast. I mean, there are 3 full weeks in December, starting the 3rd. So we could run a 21-day long group. We could run a 21-day fix or a shift shop or 21-day fix extreme group and finish, start to finish the whole program in December. Just so you know, right?
Yeah.
Or we start on a Saturday. I don't necessarily like to start on a Saturday, but Saturday ends on the Friday, the 21st, which, in case anyone wants to know, is my birthday.
Oh, I'll write it down.
You guys are going to be the only ones that know, because I went to work last year, and no one said happy birthday to me. Last year, because Edna was the greatest boss ever, my first greatest boss ever, I never had to work on my birthday in college or in grad school. And last year was the first year I ever worked on my birthday, and no one wished me happy birthday. So there you go. And by no one, I mean no one at my current job wished me happy birthday. It's fine. I divulged.
To make you feel a little better, my grandma, her birthday is Christmas Day. She didn't even ever get a birthday cake until she was 75, and we bought her one. She's my step, like, she's not my biological, but I mean, she's my grandma my whole life. But yeah, I yelled at my uncle, who's my mom's half brother, like, you never gave your mom a cake.
That's so sad.
We send her flowers every year now.
So my mom's birthday is right in the beginning of January, and so, and she wasn't poor, but I guess kind of poor. Like, they didn't have a lot of money, and she never had her birthday presents wrapped in birthday paper. It was always in leftover Christmas paper. So every year my birthday always had always had birthday wrapping paper, because she never wanted to feel like it was the same thing. Like, oh, here's your birthday and Christmas presents. So she always made a big deal about that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, anyways, so we could run a 21 days of Fixmas, which fits well with the but 21 days of Fixmas in December, and really try to promote that.
I love the program. I think people like it too. Like, it's.
Well, and what's nice is it fits both people. You either got the original or you got the extreme. Like you can both ways. And it gets people results pretty damn fast. So I think that we should definitely plan on that. I'm not quite sure exactly what to run in November, but.
So this current challenge group goes through Thanksgiving. But we should do something.
Well, we need to run another free group. I just have to figure out what it is.
Ashley had a bunch of ideas on someone's post today. Some of them were kind of fun.
I've done a lot of gratitude because everyone does gratitude for Thanksgiving.
Oh, sure.
Which I really like because I like that, but I don't know. But then I did mention about being overwhelmed by all the things we were doing this month. So I don't want to do that again. Or was that okay? Or was it just me being overwhelmed?
Which stuff?
All the free group, back to back to challenge group, back to sneak peek, back to whatever.
Well, go ahead.
It was a lot for me. I don't have that many people I'm reaching out to. That's part of it. But like the handful of people that do seem interested, trying to like pick and choose who I might invite what to, because I don't want to say, hey, there's this, or there's this, or there's this, or there's this, and then they're overwhelmed and indecisive. You're really, so I think the hardest part for me with all of the things was to figure out who to invite what to.
Yes. So for me, I think the bigger, if I delve into that, the biggest question to me should be who do I invite to a challenge group versus the coach sneak peek? Because in my mind, this free group is just a byproduct. The free group is someone who says no to a paid challenge group. Then they go into a free group. So you shuttle them off. Or if they say yes and they need extra recipes or whatever the free group is about, then you can say, oh, and while we're getting this group up and running, I know you got started with BOD, but here's a food group, to kind of tide you over until we start on the 22nd or whatever. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of how I've been doing it. Or it's a relationship building tool for me, where these are new people I'm trying to kind of build a relationship with, I guess. So I'm definitely not ready to invite them to something kind of paid yet.
Yeah, that's the same for me. It's been like, oh, well, I'm thinking about it for the future, but right now I'm just not ready to commit to a program. But I love like any free stuff that you want to give me.
Right.
I'm like, okay, that's cool. Like, no problem. We keep hanging
I think I think you need to keep shouting out transformations of people so that they kind of can see. They're going to see you keeping consistent. They're going to see you sharing and so eventually someone's story is going to pique your interest, which reminds me we need to set up our transformations or did I do that? I did that.
You did it.
Page. I did that. I think I did that.
So, Emily, can I ask a general question?
Yes.
So do we want it to, because with being overwhelmed, do we want the structure to be that we always have a free group in the beginning of the month and we always start a challenge group kind of at the end for the next month so that people can expect that from us? Or are we saying we really want the freedom to kind of like change it up? Because I know I've heard some coaches say, like, people know that I'm always going to have this and I'm always going to have that. So I can always tell them, like, oh, well, I'll follow up with you for the next group. Would you rather just be, like, kind of as we go or not so hard and fast?
I see both sides of it. Like, it would be nice to have a system and a routine, but there's a lot of planning ahead that sometimes I'm good at. maybe it's something we can keep going, because when you're solo, it's hard to keep going and keep on your own. So having you guys in here, like brainstorming, running, like you're kind of taking the lead on this challenge group, which is nice. So I can bite you, but I don't necessarily have to run, where, you know, you and I did a ton of work in the free group. So, I mean, I think it's, the more we're collaborating, the more we could probably do things more set in stone and routine, because we have people to help cycle through in terms of like running it. Does that make sense?
Agreed. And I will say, with the last free group, honestly, it made me think like, oh, I get why Ashley doesn't do these. Because I think they're important and add value, but it is a lot of energy.
We did a lot for that group.
Yeah.
So, but the other thing is, I in hindsight, I mean, it's hard to transition it to a paid group. There are ways to do it. I could have done a better job. I only talked about it in the video, but I think I was going to kind of touch base and be like, okay, did anyone make a recipe? You had another weekend of meal prep. Did anyone try meal prepping? How did it go? Maybe I can still do that tonight and see what people say. But then it's also reaching back out, and I think that's on us to go back to all those people we added and say, hey, how was the group? Do you have any feedback? You know, were there things you would have seen more of, things we would have done? More so just continuing the conversation with them. Mm-hmm. And, you know, and what if they didn't engage in it? And then you can be like, okay, and they're like, well, I didn't really participate. Okay, well, you know, can you go back in and check a look at recipes, or, you know, whatever, or why didn't you, or was it a bad weekend? And, you know, I think for us, it's, I don't know. But then also though, if once we have it set up, mm-hmm. once we have 4 or 5 free groups, we can just kind of rotate through them, you know?
Yeah. And like, that was part of it. Like, we created the content and now we have it. So
right. I mean, like I've done like if you do a bod group, like a 14-day bod group, I mean, it's just, there's your workouts, you're good. Like I've done a flab to ab group that I have had a crap ton of people in that, and I did a booty group, I had a crap ton of people in that before. And it's more exercise focused. It's not quite as much work. I think I went live every night. I like had a morning post and then I went live every night, like showing some moves. Mm-hmm. And you know, that wasn't that much work in the front end of like, I don't know.
Yeah.
So
I like that idea, the 14-day bod, like what is bod or whatever, with the free trial. That was an idea from Super Saturday, to get people to like try it out, and then they can upgrade if they like it.
Yes, but there's also Clean Week. Do we talk about this?
No, but I've heard of that.
It's a week kind of thing. They purchase a week for $30 or $35. They get a week of Shakeology, they get a meal plan, and they get 4 workouts for the whole week, and then they can commit to a healthier week and see how it goes, and it's less of an investment. They can try Shakeology, you know, they get the meal plan. So, I mean, that's something to think about. Again, it has a small price point. It's like $30 or $35. It's something else we can think about. I don't know.
That seems like the structure is already built, which I really like for a busy month like November.
What do you mean? What?
Like it's already, like, the structure of that group is basically already defined, you know?
What structure?
Oh, like if we did a clean week. Like, we don't have to, like, we know we're going to be working out. We know they have Shakeology. Like, we don't have to come up with these ideas. I don't know. Plus people, if they invest in themselves, even if it's like $1, they're more likely to follow through.
I think you should make that into a post and post it tomorrow.
It's true.
No, but it is. But I think it's important to put out there. I don't know what to do.
Emma, are we gonna get kicked off of here in 3 minutes?
Maybe.
Okay.
I don't know what to do.
I feel like
I like a lot of thoughts
idea. What?
I like the clean week idea. Like I think Kayla's right. It's got some nice structure already built into it, so it wouldn't be a crazy ton of work. 1 week for $30. I think a lot of moms, especially if we did it like Thanksgiving's next week, you want to drop 5 pounds beforehand and really capitalize on everybody stressing that, or is that dress gonna fit? Let's do this.
So it would be 3 weeks from today. So they'd have to order in a week and a half to get it, to give them a week to get it, right?
It's forever to get your stuff.
I mean, best case, they'd have to order by this November 2nd, probably. Maybe not. We could put like the November 2nd as the like final day to order with that 2-day flex period. And then knowing if people ordered, we could always share the meal, like the recipes and the meal plan so they could grocery shop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But that, I mean, it would be a quick kind of thing. And we could talk about that in our meal workshop. Right, in that free group we have.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, what were you going to say?
No, I wasn't. I was like trying to think of which group. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Okay. We have a minute left.
Is there a way we can like just hop on?
I could probably just log back in.
Yeah.
Do you want to do that? I can like copy and paste a new ID or whatever. Do we want to do that? I don't know. Kayla left. All right, fine. Or not. Felicia left. Yeah. All right. I'll just end the meeting and paste a new number. Okay. Bye.